And if we look into the applications in our daily lives, business and private applications, so these are just a couple of examples. On the business side, of course, we are all tired of video conferencing, right? Of the Teams, of the Zooms, of the Skypes, etc. But we all use it, and we'll use it in the future. So video conferencing, extremely important, popular. Virtual desktops, cloud applications, e-manufacturing. Just a couple of examples, what happens actually already. From the private sector, I don't need to mention that entertainment, streaming of live sports events, gaming, e-learning, e-health, people start to use more and more virtual doctor visits, or they need to start, because it's much better. It's more efficient, and especially in these times is even more secure not to get out if you can talk to your doctor and get also results in your living room. Connected car. Also a great example how digitalization becomes so close to what we do daily driving on the street. And what do all these have in common if it comes to infrastructure? They have the appetite for the lowest latency possible, because all these applications, they're extremely latency sensitive. If the latency doesn't work, the application doesn't work, the performance is horrible, nobody uses it, people get frustrated, businesses are losing money. And you see, we're talking not about hundreds of milliseconds, we're getting down to 15, even lower than 10 milliseconds. The max is 65. They're already operators, they say a proper high-def sports live streaming cannot be performed properly on higher than 30 milliseconds. Or online gaming, extremely sensitive, the same, lower than 30 milliseconds. If it comes to really sensitive virtual desktop applications in different companies, if it comes to e-manufacturing, real-time robotics, we're talking about 2 to 3 milliseconds only. If it comes to automation and autonomous driving on the street, if it comes to 2 to 3 milliseconds only. But what does this mean? It means distance, speed of light. So simple. If we're here, we need infrastructure as close as possible where the things are, the people are, the cars are, the robots are. So it cannot be served out of Frankfurt, out of Singapore, out of Dubai or Amsterdam. It has to be in the region. Even probably not out of Istanbul and Ankara only. And I'll get back to this just in a second. And if we think about this, there are two very important elements. The first is that latency, and this is how I call it, is the new currency. This becomes the new currency in the infrastructure business. The operators and the infrastructure operators who can provide the lowest latency possible, they will have success. The economies who are able to introduce robust, reliable digital infrastructure serving this latency will grow in the future, because digital infrastructure will become more and more, if it's not yet the case, the engine of economic growth. And the second aspect is the service aspect, based on the digitalization of enterprises at all, with their challenges, with their needs. And we just see here a couple of examples or a summary of what enterprises, industry need if it comes to digital infrastructure. They need it fast, secure, efficient, and of course compliant with the regulations. This is what they need to fulfill. So if we keep these two elements in mind, the requirement for the lowest latency possible and the requirement for security, speed, efficiency, and compliancy, then translated to digital infrastructure, this means the following. Infrastructure needs to get as close as possible to the people and the businesses, really across the country. Data centers, fiber, internet exchanges, interconnection platforms. And on the service side, we need services on this digital infrastructure who are able to meet these requirements.